Welcome back. And starting domestically, as marking the 10th anniversary of June 30th revolution, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi delivered a speech greeting the nation on this immortal and luminous memory in Egypt's consciousness and history. Here is the full speech.
اسمحوا لي في البداية أن أتقدم إليكم بخالص التهنئة بمناسبة الذكرى العاشرة لثورة 30 يونيو المجيدة التي تتزامن هذا عيد الأضحى المبارك أعاده الله على مصر والأمتين العربية والإسلامية
may return to the Arab and Islamic nations of good and bless the great people of Egypt.
إن للتاريخ أياما لامعة كالنجوم.
There are some days, brightful days in the history that enlighten the past before the pastors and give them the good past. And on top of this glorified days, the day of the 13th of June in the 2013, when the Egyptian people, the great people of Egypt, revolted against those who would kidnap the nation and rejection the darkness and the corruption, and announcing loud throughout the republic that the identity of the nations is Egyptian, a solid Egyptian that do not accept the kidnapping or misleading. Hence, the people of Egypt announced that Egypt, for all the Egypts, enlisted in its decisions and resolutions and given the highest interest. And the 13th resolution was the statement of regaining the position of Egypt under the unity of the whole Egyptians without any discrimination or divisions. The great people of Egypt, the resistance that you've shown during the past 10 years, since the revolution of the 30th of June, they will last before the scholars and researchers and many questions arose about the secrecy of the Egyptian people, between the Egyptian people and their national institutions and the armed forces, and that move Egypt during the few years from a state that faced a dangerous division and the ghost of division into an destabilized country that paid by the heroes from the armed forces and its police, though they are confronted to the wave of terrorism. The men paid their souls for the sickness of the nation to purify. The volume of challenges faced by the Egyptian people that enlisted in their souls a strength that is unique, who lived the meaning of the threat of the nation's loss and the fear of the sons and as well as the potential. Therefore, that I certainly believe that this generation of the Egyptian people is able to bear and shoulder the responsibility of building the nation and establish the modern nation. And I believe that such a generation that move Egypt by its patience from the chaos and tensions to the peace and stability that is capable to enable or to develop the nation that witnesses an escalated progress throughout the Republic from the infrastructure, trade and transportation that face a real revolution that paved the way for Egypt to be in the line of the developed countries, to the electric power, gas and the green energy. The reclaiming the vast of the lands and to the health and education, which is on our priority, through the eradication of some diseases that pain the Egyptian and establish modern universities and schools and the localization to the science through the paving the unplanned roads to save the millions of our people from an unacceptable situation, to establish a new developed and evolved cities throughout the Republic, to solve the problem of the population and raising the quality of life for the Egyptian and reaching to move through the revolution of the digital transformation. The great people of Egypt in the 10th anniversary of the great 13th of June revolutions, I vow once again that the loyalty and work for Egypt alone, and vow that the interest of the nation as the national identity will be the signs of the road that pave the path and the way. I say to you that the volume of the vast challenges produced by the people and the national institution, God willing, the victory will prevail. To move strongly and trustfully on the path of development and construction, on the path of improving the lives of the people and the provision of the proper circumstances to generate the work and innovation by its own segmentation from private sectors, civil societies, young men and women, to unite all the components of the nation in a complete system to lead our beloved nation through achieving the dream that the all Egyptian prolonged to, the dream of progress and the renaissance of the nation, the dream of the new republic, developed and modernized in all arenas. And happy many returns for the Egyptian people in peace and security. And lastly, as always, long live Egypt, long live Egypt, long live Egypt, and peace be upon you all.
On his social media accounts, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi greeted the Egyptian people marking the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution. The head of state said that the people set the greatest example of patriotism and showed their deep sense of belonging to their identity and proved to be much stronger than their enemy imagined, foiling their mean attempts to destroy the nation. The president saluted all Egyptians, the armed forces, the police troops, and all working in all domains. The head of state said he reviews his vow, reiterating that Egypt will continue on the right path of achievement despite all challenges, asking God Almighty to preserve the nation and its people. The president concluded his post by saying, Tahya Masr, or long live Egypt. On her social media account, Egypt's First Lady, Mrs. Intisar al-Sisi, on Friday, offered greetings to Egyptians on the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution. Mrs. al-Sisi said, during the revolution, the Egyptians displayed a magnificent historical sense of love to their homeland, defending it and sacrificing their souls to protect it from the evil and terror forces. She added her post, calling on Allah Almighty to protect the country and bless its great people. Al-Azhar Grand Imam Sheikh Ahmad al-Tayyib on Friday greeted President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Egyptians marking the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution. The Grand Imam called on God to preserve the homeland and bless efforts of its leadership for achieving sustainable development in all fields. He called on people to keep their unity under their wise political leadership and support their national institutions to exert their utmost efforts to achieve development, prosperity, and welfare. Meanwhile, Minister of Endowments Muhammad Mukhtar Gom'a greeted Egyptians on the occasion, saying that amending religious discourse was among the tangible achievements of the revolution to spread moderate Islam. He added that the Endowments Ministry regained its legitimate and legal guardianship over mosques over the 30th of June, as it was a turning point to resume its enlightenment role, far from extremist ideologies and false interpretations of true Islam. He also stressed the state's keenness to qualify priests and imams to accomplish their mission and to support women's role in this domain, conveying the true message of Da'wah. Marking the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution, the Ministry of Defense released a documentary showcasing achievements since the 30th of June revolutions and praised the unique bond that united the Egyptian people and the armed forces and police troops. Here are more details.
The Ministry of Defense and Military Production released on Friday a documentary marking the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution. The documentary, entitled A Revolution for Building a Country, June 30th, started with the people's first revolution in Egypt's modern history on the 25th of January 2011, which led to the departure of the then President Hosni Mubarak and the transfer of power to the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces, CAF. The SCAF temporarily ruled the country until national elections were held, which unfortunately delivered power to a civilian president who fell in the grip of the terrorist Brotherhood group, which became the de facto ruler of the country. A year later, the Egyptians' awareness of the terrorist group's plans for their country's destruction led them to revolt, foil these plots, and restore their homeland with the alignment of the national army to the people's will. After the success of the revolution, the one who occupied the presidency was Adli Mansour, the then chief of the Supreme Constitutional Court. Later, and upon the call of the Egyptian people, Minister of Defense, Field Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, contested in the presidential elections and won by sweeping majority, leading the country into a new era of accomplishments, of achievements, reconstruction and development. Over the past 8 years, under President Sisi's leadership, Egypt managed to achieve comprehensive development in all domains, rebuild its diplomatic ties with many countries, and restore its pioneering role at the regional and international arenas. New cities were built to meet the staggering demand on residential units endangered by overpopulation. The most key ones of those are the new administrative capital, New Ismailia, New Aswan, New Mansoura, and others in Upper Egypt. On another level, the purpose of establishing some of the new cities is increasing the flow of tourists. Examples of those include New Alamain and Al Galala cities. Regarding the transport sector, 7,000 kilometers of roads have been introduced in tandem with the overhauling existing trains, purchasing new ones, renovating stations, as well as expanding and upgrading seaports with the aim of turning Egypt into a logistic hub. The country also entered a new phase by introducing the LRT, which has already entered service, connecting East Cairo together, high-speed electric train that would have both passenger and freight lines operating nationwide, and monorail stretching between East and West Greater Cairo. Finally, Sinai. The peninsula got a fair share of development, so thousands of residential units have been built in the middle and south of Sinai, as well as new cities such as New Rafah and Al Salam city. The province equally witnessed another major project, which is the digging of the new Suez Canal. All this and more was achieved, and a lot more is yet to come.
For its part, on the occasion marking the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution, the Ministry of Interior published a documentary film highlighting the significance and impact of this great revolution in the course of the Egyptian modern history. The film shed light on the role played by the revolution as the first step to protect the country from so many challenges, including terrorism, as well as developing the country in various spheres, in addition to symbolizing values of patriotism and unity. It further revealed how far the Interior Ministry, with its honorable men, has exerted its utmost effort to protect the people and prevail security and stability within the state during hard times, and how it has maintained the safety of the treasured nation. The film featured the unwavering solidarity between citizens and their brothers in uniform to face the fiercest challenges that threaten the very existence of our great nation, Egypt. This is in addition to the Interior Ministry's efforts to participate in the reconstruction of the country in all fields. The Coordination Committee of Parties, Youth Leaders and Politicians, CPYP, on Friday greeted the Egyptian people on the 10th anniversary of the June 30th revolution. The committee said the revolution will always be a turning point in Egypt's contemporary history and the key word which restored the country and its pioneering regional role. It added that the revolution preserved the Egyptian identity and revealed the deception of the terrorist group, as well as marking the launch of a new republic.